Hello New Zealand, I'm Philip Duncan, thanks for joining us. Well, we've got the Antarctic blast peaking around the South Island at the moment and the windy weather is peaking elsewhere. We've got good news coming for you. Things are about to calm down and dry out and certainly warm up. The winds are going to return again by the weekend, but they'll be warmer. So let's kick off first of all with the current animated wind map showing, very rarely too by the way, Antarctica and all that cold weather. It's minus 60 down there at the moment. That's not the wind chill, that's the actual temperature, minus 60. So very cold weather coming up. Areas in blue are below zero, and that's the reason why a big chunk of the South Island has that blue shading and also Central Plateau. But if you take a little bit of a step back, you might notice that the blue shading is leaning slightly out to the east now, and that's because the storm here, moving around the globe, tracking away from New Zealand slowly now, and therefore pulling those cold southerlies away from us, even though they are heading northwards at the moment. So the Chatham Islands is about to get the blast next, but it will ease over the next 24 hours around the South Island and the North Island. Let's take a look at the satellite map and you can see this corridor of cold coming straight on into Southland. That's why we're seeing snow flurries. The speckled clouds are a giveaway sign that that's a wintry blast. So snow flurries to Southland, Otago. We've seen some snow in Dunedin and Invercargill this morning, and we've seen sleet to sea level on the west coast where the clouds are coming around. Snow to sea level in Fiordland and heavy snow up in the Nelson Ranges, also being clipped Central Plateau. But Canterbury's in the rain shadow effect. We thought that would happen. That's the reason why we haven't really been talking about Canterbury very much, and that's because the Southland and Otago ranges and the Southern Alps are protecting you at the moment. It's cold, but it's not as bad as it could be if it was coming in straight into you that way. So let's see what has fallen. This is the snow that's fallen over the last 24 hours. So we've seen a dusting around Central Plateau. In fact, the mountains there have had about 20 to 25 centimetres of snow at Mount Ruapehu. Further down though in the Southern Alps, much more snow. The areas in white in the middle of the map here showing up to a metre of snow, 75 to 100 centimetres of snow coming through for you. Down around Southland, the totals are a little bit patchy depending on where you are. The areas in blue at the bottom of the scale, so just a few flurries caught up in the rain, right through to about 5 centimetres settling. And the areas in yellow and orange, that's showing about 6 to 15 centimetres, which has already fallen. Let's see what's coming up. This is the next 24 hours, taking you through until Wednesday morning. And you can see down in Southland here, the blue sort of rainbow, that's this bottom part here, the different shades of blue. So again, Bluff, around Invercargill itself and over in Stewart Island. Unusual to see Stewart Island with a snow chart on it. But we are seeing snow flurries down to sea level again for the rest of today and maybe again tonight, but they will start to lift up a bit. Further inland in the yellows and oranges, you're talking anywhere between sort of 5 centimetres and up to about 10 to 15 still yet to come in. Let's, one more last thing is up around Nelson. You've got at least 45 centimetres falling in the Nelson Ranges over the next 24 hours as well. Just to break that down a little more, I'm not sure how clearly, again, you can see these numbers, but down here around Stewart Island and the Southland Plains, lots of 1s, 2s, 3s. That's centimetres of snow. Areas in yellow showing 5, 6, 7s and 8s, brushing the sort of hillier areas up around the Catlins, for example, and up towards Dunedin, it tapers off. So you'll get a few flurries in Dunedin still, but it won't accumulate to very much because you're being protected a wee bit. Further inland around Gore and the mountains, those numbers go up. 10, 15 centimetres, and in the pink areas 35 to 40 centimetres still yet to come into the ranges for the next 24 hours, and most of that will be today, Tuesday, and going in tonight. Fairly dry through this portion, but the numbers, the totals pick up again. That's because the wet weather's coming in like that around from the west. All right, let's get into the forecast now. This is for tonight. This is Tuesday evening, showing that southerly blast blowing up across the country still, and those snow flurries still tonight, going down to sea level or very close to it in Southland, Fiordland and Otago, and low level sleet around the west coast. Now the Chatham Islands are about to get this. They're going to be blasted by severe gales, huge seas, 10 metre waves coming through, and snow right down to sea level on the Chatham Islands. And if it's not sea level, it'll be very close to it, 50 to 100 metres above sea level. But I think they'll get a few flurries very close to sea level there as the storm moves away. Here's the setup though for lunchtime Wednesday. What a change. The high is rolling in, the winds are fading out overnight tonight. That means the wind chill is going to reduce after midnight tonight in Southland. That wind chill is going to reduce a wee bit. Further inland though, where the winds ease, the frost could come through. So a heads up to the vineyards, especially around Marlborough and central Otago. There could be some big frost tonight, and if not tonight, tomorrow night, as this high starts to roll on through. Here is Thursday setup. You can see what I mean, the light winds coming through. So -4 to -5, -6 potential through the southern Alps and around the inland parts of the South Island where it's sheltered and you've got clear skies. In the North Island, you're getting down to the -2s and 3s potentially as well, but that'll be more around Central Plateau. I think the surrounding areas will get down to maybe frost territory, but not looking too bad. With lighter winds across the day, it'll be the wind chill won't be as bad, and you'll also notice that northwest flow that is drifting down across the country. So as we head in towards the end of the week, you've got those windy conditions blowing around. You've got the nor'westers coming through. They're subtropical to some degree, so that's a real positive for you. And then as we head in towards Saturday itself, the high drifting out here to the east, light winds over Northland. Auckland's got a little bit of a breeze, nothing too strong though, fairly light winds, and warm in the east. With these nor'westers coming out of Queensland and New South Wales, what a difference. That'll melt the snow in Southland and Otago, but there will still be snow falling higher up in the mountains because there is that rain accumulating. Some of that rain will spill over into Queenstown and into some parts of Southland. And by Sunday, not a great deal of change. Still wet on the west coast, still some spillover. But look at the temperatures, go to ruralweather.co.nz. Much warmer, even with that windy, wet weather coming through on Sunday. And the winds are still blustery elsewhere, typical spring weather. Auckland will get a little bit windier as well. Nothing too serious in there. I got to say though, that big high, that's more of a worry for Auckland. Dry weather continuing on. The boss of Watercare was talking the other day about maybe easing water restrictions, and I don't get why when we've just had a very dry September and a dry start coming for the month of October. That is all from me. Before I go, I want to say a big thank you to our YouTube followers. All your support, absolutely amazing. I read, and we all read the comments, so thank you so much. Sorry we don't reply to every one of you, but we do read every comment. And the last thing I want to talk about is a good luck to all the farmers down in Southland. You guys are having a tough time right now, and the farmers in Otago. Thanks for all that you're doing. Good luck for the next 24 hours. Stay optimistic. It is spring after all, and we've got the warm weather springing back later on this week. That is all from me. I'm away on Wednesday. Sorry about that. Hopefully you won't need me so much with the storm passing by. I'm back again on Thursday with our next video update.